From the studios of Extreme Sports in Hastings, Nebraska, we present Huddle Up, a great way to start your day with all the news, weather, and sports you need, interesting interviews, and friendly conversation from two guys that go together like Scooby and Shaggy, Mike Will and Tyson Havronic.
Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Huddle Up here on Extreme Sports. Welcome to a Wednesday, the 12th day of August. We're in 2026. Mike Will, Tyson Havronic, up and at 'em here this morning. We've got all of your news, weather, and sports that you need to get out the door here this morning. The Nebraska football team continuing with their preseason workouts in Lincoln. Going to be hearing from defensive coordinator Rob Arick on the show here today. Meanwhile, Nebraska defensive back Donovan Jones has been named to the watch list for the Warfel Trophy, given each year to a player that has led through community service while excelling in the classroom and on the field. We'll talk about that today. The Nebraska women's soccer team will open the regular season tonight with a match against Louisville. Hastings College football team is picked by the league's coaches to finish sixth this year in the Great Plains Athletic Conference. We'll check out the preseason coaches poll. 5 student athletes and a former coach will be inducted into the Nebraska Kearney Athletic Hall of Fame during ceremonies later on this year. Lincoln East Carpetland is still playing baseball. They're in the Legion World Series down in Shelby, North Carolina. They're going to be playing Fairfield of California in the opening round game tomorrow at noon. Lincoln East Carpetland won the Central Plains Regional over the weekend, battling through the losers bracket to gain a berth in the American Legion World Series. So we'll talk about that this morning. Got some NFL news and notes to pass along today. So a lot on the plate again for this Wednesday as we welcome in Tyson Havronic from the Western Studios. Good morning.
Good morning.
What's
How
up?
are you?
Yeah, what's going on?
Not a whole lot. Just rocking through the week, getting ready for the semester to get rolling, and yeah.
So when's CCC officially open for class?
Monday.
Monday.
So it's just a lot of tidying and preparation and making sure T's are crossed and I's are dotted, and technology is up to snuff and ready to roll. Air condition working.
Yeah, that's the main thing.
Right.
So CCC opening. I think a lot of the other schools around the area. I think Adams Central is opening class today. So
I saw a bunch of back to school stuff yesterday on Facebook. All the back to school pictures.
Oh yeah, like standing in front of the front door, and mommy and taking pictures of little Johnny and little Sarah. And their third or fourth grade pictures, and then they'll post something later in the year at the end of the season. How little Johnny and little Sarah have changed.
How they have grown.
And then they got those goofy little, I don't know what you call them, but they got their name and the height, and then what you want to do, what you want to grow up to be, and the likes and dislikes, that goofy little board that they always stand in front of the front door with.
Silly people. All you're doing is giving Facebook ammunition for your algorithm. Oh, is that what you're interested in? Ads. It's so wild. Like we talk about a topic that is so irrelevant and off base that has absolutely nothing to do with anything. And I guarantee you scroll on social media because we talked about it and it got picked up. Your very next thing you see after you get off the show is an ad about it. It's just wild.
I told you that when I was out buying a pair of tennis shoes a couple of weeks ago.
Right.
They knew exactly where I was at. They knew exactly what I was looking for. And
they knew what you wanted that you didn't even really think you wanted?
Yeah, you maybe were strolling around the the camping department when I was really looking for tennis shoes. They wanted to know if I found what I needed in the camping department. How in the hell did you know I was in the camping department? I was over looking for tennis shoes. Yeah, it's social
creepy,
media, it's weird.
It's creepy.
It's weird. So, anyway, we've got some more Husker talk as the Huskers continue their preseason workouts. I think they're in the day number 6 now as far as their preseason workouts are concerned. Going to be talking defense today with Rob Arick. He's the guy we brought on from San Diego State to take over the defense. And we're going to be talking about the rush defense. That looks to be the area that Nebraska has got to improve the most in.
Oh, my God.
We gave up. I looked at the stats this morning because, you know, I'm a stat guy. Mm-hmm. We gave up 175.3 yards per game rushing last year, 4.8 yards per carry, and we gave up 30 rushing touchdowns to our opponents last year.
Yeah.
Yards per rush down the stretch against big, powerful, athletic-type teams. 5.9 yards per rush in the ball game against Penn State. 5.7 yards per rush in the ball game against Northwestern. And 5.3 yards per rush in the game against USC. So our rush defense last year was absolutely atrocious.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to try to fix that this year. We brought in some guys, some big beef up there in that defensive line. Be a little bit more physical to kind of match the play of the Big Ten. You would think after all these years we'd have guys to match the play of the Big Ten, but we have not. So we're trying to fix that. We were pretty good last year against the pass. In fact, we were 3rd in the nation in pass defense last year. We gave up only 154 yards per game, 3rd in the nation, but God, we stunk. We stunk giving up rushing yards last year. Almost, I don't know if we were dead last, but we had to be pretty close. 175 yards per game we gave up.
It was maddening, and that's the one thing when you talk about teams being able to run the football, and that's Nebraska's bread and butter, right? Like that's what we get excited about. For we love to, as we say, run the damn ball, and when we can shove it down their throats, that's what we want to see. And then when we see it happen against us, it's sort of like they're taking our bread and butter and shoving it right back in our face and giving us a taste of our own medicine. And yeah, I mean, it's the simple stuff. It was going back to basics, wrapping up and tackling and being able to put a hat and follow the football. And it just allowed teams to just beat the living crap out of us and drive the football down the field and score. And it became exhausting to watch. And you talk about the pass defense, and man, the pass defense was great as a whole, but they gave up the big explosive plays. And so enter Rob Arick and enter the 4-2-5, and you're bringing another man up front to try to get into that backfield and cause some disruption and maybe get to that running back before he can get past the go zone and past the neutral zone line of scrimmage. You're hoping to put some more defensive presence and pressure on us. So then you drop one guy in the back and try to prevent the explosive plays that were absolute killers for us. So the guy we're bringing in, the system he's bringing in theory, should hope to fix some of those issues. The time will tell, and we got to see it on the field first. But I think there's reasons to be optimistic, especially when you're talking about the defensive line and some of the guys that came in from the portal that can hope to be big-time, impactful players right away. And again, the proof's in the pudding when we put it on the field. We can do coach speak all we want. We can analyze and look at numbers and stats all we want until we see it on the field and we start to see some production on the defensive end. We got reasons to still be cautiously optimistic.
Waking up with Mike and Tyson here this morning. This is Huddle Up on Extreme Sports. If you'd like to chime in with us, you can on the Hamilton Telecommunications fan line. That's at 402-834-1330. 402-834-1330. If you'd like to leave us a message on our social media sites, we're monitoring those comments as well. A high school football player in Arkansas had every right to be rattled after finding a snake
Yikes.
inside his helmet during practice. Did you see this?
What?
A student felt unusual movement inside his headgear following warm-ups last week and brought his helmet over to the sidelines to an assistant coach for inspections. Well, a slithering 2-foot cottonmouth snake
No.
was found inside some of the padding of the football helmets.
New fear unlocked.
Yeah, a pit viper
Jesus.
was so reluctant to exit the helmet that police officers had to pour water into the helmet to force the snake out and into a bag. Animal service technicians arrived a few minutes later, identified the snake as a deadly cottonmouth snake, and took it to a wooded area far from the school. Cottonmouths are the second most dangerous snake found in Arkansas. The player grabbed a different helmet and continued practice, but the situation caused the head coach to reiterate to his team that players should examine their equipment carefully before using it, checking for insects or maybe something larger and more dangerous. But, yeah, this kid found a dangerous snake inside of his football helmet while practicing for football down in Arkansas.
My guess is that was not on the bingo card. You woke up that
Wow.
morning and, you got to inspect your equipment. Sure, like make sure all the snaps and things are. Normally you don't check them for rattlesnakes. That's not something you typically say in the locker room. All right, boys, before we get out on the field today and go up against these opponents, make sure we check for snakes in our helmets.
God,
Jesus.
that kid will probably never be the same.
Oh, no, you're traumatized after that.
Yeah, you had a
Feeling a snake on the top of your head?
cottonmouth snake on top of your head. But
It's like when you see a spider and then you just feel, even though you know that you killed the spider, like you just feel like it's crawling on your skin. Have you ever had that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, all the time, right? Can you imagine him like trying to sleep last night with like just feeling like, ooh, there's a snake on me?
Yeah, he probably did.
There's no way.
Minnesota Vikings have named Kyler Murray as their starting quarterback for the upcoming season. He was the heavy favorite to win the job from the moment that he signed a one-year, $1.3 million contract on March 12th after his release by the Arizona Cardinals. By the way, Arizona is paying him $35.5 million. So, yeah, that was a good deal for Minnesota. The Cardinals are paying him $35.5 million of his salary, and Minnesota's picking up 1 year, $1.3 million. So, essentially, the Cardinals are paying for Kyler Murray to play in Minnesota this year.
How offensive is that to you as Kyler Murray? I mean, obviously you're laughing all the way to the bank, but the fact that a team is willing to pay money to get rid of you?
And a lot of it. God, $35.5 million. Here, hit the door, Jack. Get out of here. Here's $35.5 million. Oh, by the way, your new employer is going to give you an additional $1.3 million. So anyway, Murray's going to be the starting quarterback. J.J. McCarthy, who was the number 10 pick
Michigan.
in the 2024 draft, is now essentially the number 2 quarterback after 10 career starts. And now that raises some questions on, God, what's his future going to be now in Minnesota? You bring in a guy, you're paying all this cash, and you're J.J. McCarthy, who's already started, 10 games in his career, and now you're the number 2 quarterback.
JJ's got some skill sets that I think are going to adapt nicely in the Minnesota game plan. Obviously, Kyler's going to be the one, and he's going to take the majority of the snaps under center, provided he stays healthy. But he is a veteran, and he doesn't have the legs that he once did. And JJ's got the legs, so, if you're going to go into some more read option sets and maybe some red zone offense, I'm probably putting JJ in when I get inside the 20, just because you add so much more versatility in what you can do offensively, and you still have a proven starting quarterback. So Minnesota's got a good problem to have, and if I'm JJ, again, you're looking at the age and you're looking at the veteran leadership. You want to learn from a guy like Kyler Murray. He had some success before he got to the peak and the pinnacle of his career, and I think you want to learn under that, especially when it comes to being able to throw the deep ball, look downfield, read off the progressions. Those were areas where he really struggled last year, and I feel like he could learn under Kyler, and I feel like it could be a positive, but egos get so much in the way in the NFL, so it might be a situation where he gets pissed and wants to look for a trade.
Two other quarterbacks on the Minnesota roster. Carson Wentz.
He still plays.
Yeah, he's still hanging around. Carson Wentz is on the Minnesota roster, and Max Brosmer. So those are your four quarterbacks at Minnesota for now. Yeah, but Carson Wentz and Max Brosmer are behind J.J. McCarthy and Kyler Murray for the Vikings. Another NFL note, the future of NFL analyst Tony Romo at CBS remains in flux following his arrest last month on suspicion of operating a vehicle while under the influence. He was placed on leave by CBS a week later. He's got a court appearance set for September the 21st. CBS announced yesterday that Ross Tucker would join Ian Eagle and Evan Washburn in his number 2 NFL broadcast booth, while J.J. Watt moves up to the number 1 crew. Yeah, with play-by-play announcer Jim Nantz.
That would be good. That's a good pairing.
You like that?
That's a good pairing.
I was never a Tony Romo fan, but he come up with some good stuff.
Yeah.
But he had that kind of whiny little voice.
It wasn't
by
that.
The fourth quarter. Well, by the fourth quarter, it drove me to have another Coors Light. God. And then some of the things he said. Tony Romo.
For Tony, it wasn't so much the voice. I did like the fact that he was literally able to look at a defensive alignment and know what the quarterback was audibling to. He was very good at dialing it in.
He had some good stuff.
He did. But what pissed me off is you have Jim Nantz as your broadcast partner. Jim Nantz sets the golden tone and has this amazing way to poetically put into words football. He is such a great legend of a broadcaster, and Tony Romo would just verbal diarrhea all over Jim Nantz's setup. You're in the dramatic moment, 2-minute warning, AFC Championship on the line, Buffalo, KC, saga number 4, and then Tony would just fly in over the top of Jim Nantz and completely train wreck his entire setup. And I'm like, you got to let there was times where I thought Jim Nantz would slap him in the face live on air. Let the play-by-play guy finish and then come in with your analysis.
I say that all the time. Let the play-by-play guy call the play and then come with your analysis. And if you want to get excited and hoop and holler and all that stuff, don't do it over the top of the play-by-play guy.
Jimmy was a quick learner.
I'm still teaching Jimmy. I'm still teaching Jimmy. Then I've got Gino when he goes along with us. He's behind me, hooting and hollering.
Oh, he's 100% energy.
So, yeah, I'm still training Jimmy after, God, what is it? We're coming up on our 20, I think he started helping me in 1999. We always forget when we get on the air each and every year how many years that Jimmy and I have been together calling games. It's a long time.
So I think the 2006 state title, the 2006 state championship game. I remember this broadcast talk about Gino getting excited and hooping and hollering. 2006 state title with STC, and I think I was board opping for you. And St. Cecilia started to pull away, and you were counting down 5, 4, 3, getting ready to announce the state championship because they were in the victory formation. And all you could hear was Gino in the background, woo-hoo-hoo! And I think, I believe live on air, you turned around and said, Gino, shut up.
Shut up, Gino. Hawks are about ready to win the state championship.
He was getting ready to jump out of the press box.
Yeah, people are recording this for their archives, and we got Gino, who's my sidekick, my behind-the-scenes sidekick. He's hooting and hollering in the background. So I don't know how we got off onto that, but Tony Romo is not going to be on your tube here this fall for a while. I don't know if he'll make it back this year. What's going to be the end result of that? Do you bring him back?
It's a DUI, right? Like, it's an accident. It's a mistake. You were intoxicated. You shouldn't be behind the wheel. I don't think there are far worse crimes you can commit.
Yeah, he didn't hurt anybody. Does he go on and apologize?
There was obviously an embarrassment factor with the video, and
I loved his sobriety test, though.
It was that's the embarrassing factor.
Yeah, he was stretching out on the police car.
Calisthenics.
Yeah, before he had to walk the line, he was stretching out because he had a bad back. God, if you pulled that off in Hastings, what would happen?
Oh, Jesus.
You get pulled off and said, sorry, I'm going to stretch out. I got to stretch out before I do this test.
You got to wait for the backup car to get here anyway.
Yeah. They throw you in the slammer right off of the bat.
You know what? Just stop. Well, let's
stop here. We'll just stop here.
Hands behind your back.
Yeah, get in the car.
Here, we'll
buddy.
stretch you. We'll stretch you. Hands behind the back.
You are heading to the you know where. So,
Speaking of broadcasters, I believe we got an answer yesterday. I think that the HSN is actively searching for a color commentator. Did I hear that right?
Who's that?
The Husker Sports Network with Damon Benning in the new role.
Yeah, I didn't see that officially.
I was watching Callahan's show on YouTube.
Yeah.
And they were talking about who's going to be the next color guy. So I believe that, his new role takes him out of the broadcast booth.
Yeah, so Damon Benning, if you missed that, he was named the Director of Player Personnel for the Husker football team. Damon Benning has been the color analyst for Nebraska for the past 4 years. And we kind of questioned yesterday on the show on whether he could serve a dual role like Matt Davidson did. But evidently not, so they're looking for a new color analyst. Who would that be? Your number one choice. God, there's a lot of ex-players out there that would probably be pretty good. They're still around the area.
You know, I don't mind calling up from the sidelines, Jeremiah Searles, excuse me.
Yeah, Searles.
I think he's a good sideline analyst and would be fine back up in the booth.
Yeah, I don't know if just the name popped into my head right there. Eric Crouch.
Okay.
You know, he's still around the area, I think, somewhere. You're going to have to do it fairly quickly.
Right.
Hell, the season starts in a couple of weeks. So they got to name a replacement here soon. I'm just thinking of people that are around the Lincoln, Omaha area. I think Eric Crouch is still around.
Your ideal pie in the sky guy is Will Compton, but he's so busy with busting with the boys that I don't think you're going to be able to financially get him to move over.
So I don't know. I'm sure they'll be announcing something soon. They probably got somebody in the works already.
They have not contacted me. I'll just say that.
I hope they stay away from Jimmy. Can you imagine Jimmy on Husker broadcast?
That would be great.
Hell, play-by-play guy would never get a word in edgewise. I battle myself. Get a word in edgewise. Let's see. What else is going on? God, here's something that I'm sure you got excited about yesterday. The NBA schedule. The opening night of the NBA on October the 20th is going to feature the New York Knicks raising their championship banner against, you might know, LeBron James and the Philadelphia 76ers. As
Shocker.
LeBron makes his debut with the 76ers, that's going to be one of 3 games on opening night this year for NBA 2026-2027. Boston Celtics will play Detroit in a rare matinee game. Then Oklahoma City against San Antonio. So
They're
3 games
opening up the season in the afternoon.
at 3 o'clock Eastern time. So that'll be a 2 o'clock tip-off time between the Celtics and Detroit. I'm not sure what day October 20th is on. But then Philadelphia is going to be playing the New York Knicks in the second game, and then the Thunder against San Antonio will play the late game. Christmas Day, if you're looking forward to Christmas Day, 5 games from the NBA. Games will be on ABC and ESPN.
They should give up. Football now has Christmas Day games, so NBA, you lost.
Yeah, NBA used to be the traditional, we sit down for Christmas. Any football on today? No, but we got NBA. Instead of a fool like me, I always like to bet football on holidays.
Yep.
Because you're kind of sitting back and with the fam, and you bet football, you get pissed off because you lose the first game, so you double up on the second game.
Yep.
You get pissed off because you lost the second game, and you're looking for a third game, which now they have on Christmas Day for football. But, yeah, there's going to be 5 games. 5 games on the Christmas Day. You've got Philadelphia against the Los Angeles Lakers. So LeBron facing his former team on the Christmas Day. Other matchups are going to have the Spurs and the Knicks, the Heat and the Celtics, the Thunder against the Timberwolves, and the Nuggets against the Warriors. The full schedule for the NBA going to be released tomorrow. So we kind of talked about the NFL schedule when it was released. They had that 2-hour special on ESPN. Got the full schedule for the NBA is going to be released tomorrow. Do we get the guys together, settle down for a couple of brewskis and some pretzels, and watch the full release of the NBA schedule for the upcoming year?
I mean, if alcohol's involved, I can get excited about a lot of things.
No, I'm not going to sit through the release of the NBA schedule. God, there's 82 games or something in there.
Yep, 82 games.
It'd take forever.
Found out what Eric Crouch is up to, by the way.
Yeah.
I didn't know this. Apparently there is a playground equipment company.
Oh, yeah, I knew that.
Crouch Playground Equipment, and he is owns it with his wife, Nicole. Or sister Nicole?
So
I don't know.
he could be in the market then, huh?
He could be in the market bid. So
I have no knowledge that they're even pursuing him. His name just kind of popped in my mind.
sure. He's a
Eric
likable
Crouch.
guy.
Yeah. Doesn't have a punchable face.
No, does
So-
not.
We'll see if he's in the mix. 7:28, waking up with Mike and Tyson here this morning. It's Huddle Up on Extreme Sports. Again, if you'd like to chime with us, go ahead, 402-834-1330, 402-834-1330. That's the Hamilton Telecommunications fan line. If you'd like to leave us a message on our social media sites, we're monitoring those comments as well. 7:28 here on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning news break on Extreme Sports.
We'll start off in downtown Hastings, where yesterday Steeple Brewing Company announced that they are looking for a new owner or operator. Owners say they've had some early interest and are optimistic. In the meantime, plans for the brewery will be leaning into the craft beer bar model. Steeple House beers alongside local and Nebraska craft beers that you can't easily find in Hastings. Over to downtown Grand Island. A popular Grand Island restaurant has made its comeback. Sin City Grill reopened Monday at its railside location at 410 West 3rd Street under new ownership. The restaurant underwent a complete interior renovation with new seating and flooring. And despite the ownership change, the original burger and drink menu has remained the same. The University of Nebraska is seeking an additional $91 million in taxpayer funding for the upcoming budget cycle. President Jeffrey Gold said years of cuts have reached a point where further restrictions could hurt teaching, research, and the university's ability to support Nebraska's workforce. The request comes as Governor Jim Pillen and the state of Nebraska face an estimated $850 million budget shortfall. For what it's worth, Governor Jim Pillen is a former University of Nebraska regent. It is 7:30, time to swing things back to the East Side Studios. Mike, what's the haps in sports?
Well, today's sports brought to you by Bamboo Mind and Body Spa of Hastings and Blue Hill, helping you recover, recharge, and perform your best. Nebraska defensive back Donovan Jones has been named to the watch list for the Warfel Trophy, given each year to the player that has led through community service while excelling in the classroom and on the field. Jones totaled 59 tackles as a redshirt freshman in 2025. Off of the field, he's a volunteer for the Food Bank of Lincoln, Matt Talbot Kitchen, the Malone Center, F Street Community Center, and with the Omaha and Lincoln Public Schools. For his efforts, he received the Sam Foltz 27 Hero Leadership Award earlier this year. The Warfel Trophy will be presented during the Home Depot College Football Awards Show on December the 11th. The Nebraska women's soccer team will open the season tonight at Louisville. The Huskers dropped a 3-1 decision to Colorado State in an exhibition game last week. The Cardinals went 13-5-3 last season and lost to Kansas in the second round of the 2025 NCAA tournament. Game time is set for 6:30. Hastings College football team is picked by the league's coaches to finish 6th this year in the Great Plains Athletic Conference. The Broncos finished 5-5 last year. Morningside is picked to win the championship this year. Mustangs reached the NAIA Football Championship Series a year ago and earned a top 12 national seed. Dordt is second in the preseason poll, followed by Northwestern, Concordia, and Midland. Hastings is sixth, followed by Mount Marty, Briarcliff, Dakota Wesleyan, Doane, and Waldorf. Hastings will open the season on September 5th at Dordt. Kickoff of that game will be at 1. 5 student athletes and a former coach will be inducted into the Nebraska Kearney Athletic Hall of Fame during ceremonies on homecoming weekend on October 2nd and 3rd. The 2026 Hall of Fame class includes baseball player Bronson Bosshammer, kicker Henrik Joel Nielsen, swimmer Johara Salinas, volleyball player Nikki Scott, wrestler Jeff Sylvester, and cross-country and track and field coach Lyle Clausen. And Lincoln East Carpentland will play Fairfield of California tomorrow in the first round of the American Legion World Series in Shelby, North Carolina. First pitch will be at noon. Lincoln East Carpentland battled back through the losers bracket to claim the Central Plains Regional over the weekend. Lincoln East Carpentland is playing in the Legion World Series for the third time in the last 4 years. That's a check in your sports headlines this morning on Extreme Sports. It is 7:33.
It's time for a morning weather update on Extreme Sports with Chief Meteorologist Tim Jones.
On this Wednesday morning, we'll keep a few showers around the area, but those will diminish throughout the afternoon. We'll have a high of 93 degrees. And then tonight, we'll bring in more chances for area showers and thunderstorms. There is a slight risk, 2 out of 5 on the threat scale in place. Main threats will be winds up to about 65 miles per hour and large hail of about 1 inch to 1.25 inches. The best chances will be in the northern part of Nebraska. 85 on Thursday, more chances for storms Thursday night, and 86 on Friday.
We've got east winds this morning at about 7 miles per hour. It is cloudy. It is 73 in Hastings at Extreme Sports.
Looking for the perfect way to spend your Friday night in Hastings? Head just east of town on J Street and experience the excitement of Cam Raceway. Every Friday night through August, Cam Raceway brings you a full evening of grassroots racing on Nebraska's fastest 8th-mile dirt track. You'll see it all. Stock non-wing micros, restricted micros, junior sprints, junior cage karts, adult flat karts, and junior flat karts. Catch all the local drivers, all competing for the win under the lights. Gates open at 7 p.m. and racing gets underway at 8 p.m. And the best part, admission is just $10, and kids 12 and under get in free with a paying adult. So this Friday night, skip the routine and make your way to Cam Raceway, where the engines fire up, the dirt flies, and the whole family can enjoy a night at the races.
Accessible and affordable holistic care is just around the corner at Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center. Located at 208 South Burlington Avenue, Suite 101 in Hastings. At Bamboo Spa, we offer a range of therapies to help you unwind and recharge. Experience soothing massages, rejuvenating head spa scalp treatments, and our Advanced Glow 2 facials. Discover the healing power of ozone therapy and frequency healing. Become a member for exclusive 24-hour access to our therapeutic amenities, including the infrared sauna, hydro massage, and cryo lounge. Members enjoy 20% off all services and 10% off products in our non-toxic retail shop. Visit our Facebook page to learn more and book your appointment today. Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center, truly holistic care, designed for you.
I'm John Butler, Funeral Director and owner at Livingston Butler Volland Funeral Home and Cremation Center in Hastings.
And I'm Nikki Butler, the Advanced Funeral Planning Specialist. Whether you choose a traditional service, cremation, or a unique memorial service, our experienced staff is here to help guide you through every step. Visit us at lbvfh.com to learn more about our services and how we can support you.
Livingston Butler Volland Funeral Home and Cremation Center. We are here when your need is greatest.
Hamilton has been providing IT solutions for businesses across the state of Nebraska for more than 3 decades. We know that Nebraska businesses are a driving force of support for the communities in which we live and work. We keep them connected and protected by delivering cybersecurity, hosted phones, and managed IT. We are grateful to be part of our Nebraska communities and to support their technology needs.
More information at Hamilton.
Looking for the perfect spot before or after the game? Head to Miscue's Sports Bar and Grill in Hastings. Choose from your favorite sandwich or build your own burger or chicken sandwich just the way you like it. Your choice of cheese, sauces, and all your favorite toppings. Craving wings? Choose from over 20 sauces and rubs that bring the flavor every time. Grab an appetizer, catch the game on the big screens, or challenge your friends to a game of pool or darts. There's always something to do. And don't forget the daily lunch specials. Miscue's Sports Bar and Grill, 316 South Elm. Great food, great games, and the perfect hangout in Hastings.
Get ready for the ultimate trivia experience with Extreme Sports Trivia. Play from anywhere at home, on the go, or at your favorite bar or restaurant. Compete live against players from all over in real time, answering questions across categories like sports, pop culture, Marvel, and more. Want to see how you stack up? Track your progress with live leaderboards and aim for the top spot. It's free, fun, and super easy to play. So what are you waiting for? Sign up today at extremesports.com trivia and start playing now. And keep an eye out. We're coming soon to a bar or restaurant near you.
All right, Mike Wills, Heinz and Vronic with you. It's Huddle Up on Extreme Sports for this Wednesday. And thanks for joining us, whether you're listening to us on our website at x-streamsports.com, on your smartphone with your free mobile app, your smart speaker, Roku TV, Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitch. Thanks for hanging with us here on this midweek show on a Wednesday.
Facebook Live hopping with some comments here this morning in the live lobby, pretty active. We got Shaner saying, You guys are going to have ads about those goofy boards for the kids to hold up. And Chief, he's just looking for some breakfast and Bloody Mary at Sin City. So,
that might be a good hangout for the Chief.
Made some badass Bloody Marys back in the day. Chief was one of my Sunday regs.
Came in, getting ready for NFL football.
We made our Bloody Marys from scratch.
Really?
Just didn't throw vodka and zigzags together like a lot of the other bars do.
Yeah, you spent some time there at Sin City for a while.
I was a bartender for about a year there.
So they're back open again.
Back and ready to roll.
Husker football ready to roll as they've got their preseason workouts going on in Lincoln. We got defensive coordinator Rob Aurick on the show here today. Of course, we brought him in from San Diego State to fix our defense. And so far, he says it's been a good start to a preseason camp.
Yeah, competitive group. They're competitive against themselves. Obviously right now we're through about 6 days of install. One thing I've been really pleased with is we're not always focused on rather the outcome of the play, but our process of playing technique, executing the defense, and really all 11 guys kind of live in that. What can they improve? What can they improve? What can they improve? If we get a pick on a play and we have a busted coverage or a misassignment, that's not really our process. So we're really focused on what happens between that whistle from the processing of our guys.
And like the coach says, they're still in their process of installing that new defense for the Huskers.
I know my system. I know the defenses I've been a part of. We talk about being simple, fast, and violent. But I think if you would talk to our guys, we certainly try to carry enough to attack the opponent we're seeing. And we want to teach simply, but our guys still have to manage a decent level of install. Now, we're through day 6 right now. We're about 80% through the package, about another 20% to go with goal line and some end-of-game situations. But spring was such a jump forward for us. Like they got an understanding of, the conceptual 100, 200 level approach. Now we're diving into the deeper details.
And the coach says the interior defensive line is showing some improvement early.
Especially guys like Tyson Terry and Sua, just as you try to develop maybe that next wave.
Tremendous progress out of that group. Exceptionally pleased with where we're at. We have a great competition in that room right now. They're pushing each other every day. Every single day, it's like you see something out of someone where it's a spark. We can use them this way. Or you see someone's hands come alive the way we've been talking about. So Corey Brown, Dave Tollefson have done a magnificent job. Really pleased.
And another guy that he's been happy about is defensive lineman Jashir Whittington. He's a big 6 foot, 275-pound sophomore for the Huskers.
Yeah, Jashir's a dog. Jashir has a pro attitude in the way he approaches the game, super competitive, relentless in the way he gets after the passer. One thing I really notice about Jashir is the first move, if it doesn't hit, second move, third move. He's just constantly going through the process of attacking the quarterback. And he's got elite twitch, obviously, but I think what separates him is the way he approaches his work. And so that kid's going to do a lot of great things in life, whether it's football or not. He's wired the right way.
Yeah, we're listening to comments from Husker defensive coordinator Rob Aurick about the preseason workout so far. And Rob says the safeties are also showing a lot of growth early.
They've developed really well in our quarter stuff, our cover 3 stuff. Now, we've thrown a couple new things at them that we're going to see some growth in here in the coming days as we hit it a second and third and fourth time. But those guys are eager to make sure it's ran the right way. And Coach Yelk's been in this defense before, a really smart man. And so he's constantly with those guys about the process of football, the snap cycle, and getting us into the right check. We've seen a lot of growth there, but I want to see that room kind of take it over here in the next couple practices.
Yeah, we brought in our new defensive coordinator from San Diego State. So Rob Aurick says he's been busy kind of learning the Big Ten Conference.
As soon as I took the job, we have access to every film in the world right now, just with PFF and DB Sport and Catapult. We studied every opponent that we're going to see this year. We just went to work, whether they like, whether they don't like, how do they approach different downs and distances. And then we took what this conference was showing us compared to what we were seeing in a previous conference. And we had to modify or potentially remajor in something that gives us a better opportunity versus this style of play.
And finally, Rob says it's just an honor to be the defensive coordinator for Nebraska.
Extremely honored by it. Like, when you took this job, obviously I'm from the Midwest. I understand the tradition of the black shirts in this program and the levels it's been at. And I want to see people talk about Nebraska the way they should. And I'm really, really proud of the guys in the locker room and the way they go about their business. I'm really, really pleased where we're at. But I try to never make anything that's not the main thing. I'm trying to do my job the best I can and go to work on the details of our defense operating.
All right, so there you go. Our first take on the Husker defense, which needs to show some improvement. Yeah, we gave up 175 rushing yards per game a season ago, 4.8 yards per carry, 30 rushing touchdowns last year. That's where we got to show the most improvements on their rush defense. God, how many times did you yell at the TV set last year? When teams were just driving the ball right down our throats, especially late in the game.
Yeah, a lot, actually. I can't put a number on it.
Yeah, now that you bring it up, yeah, you yell at my TV set a lot.
It's kind of miserable. I mean, it was miserable late at the end of the year. And it was just stupid, silly. It was Jimmy. You thought it was Jimmy's and Joe's, but then you realized it was fundamentals. And yeah, we gotta have a better year defensively for sure if we're gonna even be remotely competitive. And you look at the schedule; it is what it is, right? And when we're gonna say 6-6, 5-7, 7-7-5, you know, that happy medium. If we're going to get to that point, we're gonna have to play good football. And I think even if we have 5-6 losses, we just want to see a better product. You know, it wasn't the losses in November that hurt. It was the way we played football. And it was the way that teams just absolutely dominated us at what our best strength should be. Black shirts. Literally one of the biggest pride parts of Nebraska football is the defense. And we expect, we don't get excited when it happens. There's an expectation here when you come here that you're going to be damn good on the defensive side of the football, and we haven't been for so long. So you'd love to see that. So hopefully Rob can turn her around. I did receive and wants us to comment on. We got some feedback from one of our guys on board, Marcus. Found a neat little side thing that we can go on, a side quest for us today. Jake Butt, a color analyst for Big Ten Network. I think he's Kevin Kugler's color analyst, actually. Big Ten Network, he was doing the summer training camp tour, and he has put his top schools down in terms of different categories. And I want to debate this just a second. Best football facility in all the Big Ten. Best football facility. What do you think he chose?
Oh, jeez.
Best football facility.
Ohio State.
He chose Nebraska.
Really?
Jake Butt chose Nebraska as best football facility. Best campus views.
Oh, I haven't been to a lot of...
I would have got this wrong.
I would say somebody in California like USC or UCLA.
I would have gone with USC or UCLA. Washington. Which, yeah, they have a beautiful field too, so that makes sense. Best ice cream.
Best ice cream?
It's a very important part of the campus experience.
I don't know that Nebraska serves ice cream.
We have Dippin' Dots.
Oh, yeah, that's ice cream.
It is.
I would not put that at the top of the list.
You're not a Dippin' Dots guy?
I don't. Yeah, I don't mind Dippin' Dots, but I haven't had them for a while. I'm not going to go to a football game and immediately run down to the concession stand and get me a cup full of Dippin' Dots.
I used to.
I don't know who's got the best ice cream.
Ohio State. Best sandwich.
Best sandwich. We've got Runz's, don't we, still?
Yeah.
I'll say Nebraska.
I would have said Nebraska, best sandwich. It's Michigan according to Jake Butt.
What do they got? We've got Runzas, for God's sakes.
Oh, Jake Butt was also from Michigan, so I think he had to throw them in somewhere.
Homer.
And then let's see, best climate to avoid excessive sweating. It's been hot everywhere.
Well, I know, but the best climate, it wouldn't be anybody in the Midwest or the East, so it'd have to be somebody from the West. I'll say USC or UCLA.
He liked the Great Lakes of Wisconsin.
Wisconsin?
Best climate to avoid excess. I would have said Minnesota.
To avoid sweating?
Yeah. Minnesota is basically Canada.
But then you've got to worry about snow. I'm just talking about...
Not in August.
Well, October. November. I'm worried about the best climate, I would say.
Oh, best climate to avoid sweating.
Yeah.
You're not going to sweat in the snow.
Yeah, I didn't catch that last part.
Oh, yeah. Yep, so.
All right, so
Wisconsin, there you go. Jake Butt did a tour of the Big Ten campuses.
God, thanks, Mark.
Best facility, though.
There. Best facility.
I'm a little surprised by that.
Yeah, I am too, because aren't we going under a major overhaul and renovation because our facility is not up to snuff?
Well, you also talk about, and Rule brings it up all the time, the other facilities that are available, the weight training, the nutrition side of things. Yeah. He does all those. So it's the overall, the overall athletic facilities. It's not just the football field. But God, you think it would be Ohio State with all their national championships, right?
But it's Nebraska.
It is Nebraska.
Got to be number one at something. Shane has chimed in on the Facebook message board. He says Nebraska was good against the pass last year because everyone ran the ball against Nebraska. They didn't need the pass.
They didn't.
And that might be true. Our numbers were low last year.
Yeah.
In pass defense.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to come back up with that figure again. We were low in the pass defense, giving up only 154 yards per game. Well, he might be right. Half of it is they didn't have to throw the ball against us, or they had the lead.
When you can run for 400 yards on us.
Yeah, or they had the lead late in games and didn't have to throw the ball.
Right.
That's an interesting thought there.
And then when they took big shots, they got big shots. You know, you average 100 and some odd plays a game, but I think we gave up a lot of 40-yard bombs, explosive plays.
Explosive plays.
Yeah, PJ brought that up, and he says that's one of the keys. You know, there's 3 keys, and one of them is limit explosive plays, right? And we did a really shitty job last year at limiting explosive plays, but we also didn't take care of rule number 1 first, and that's stop the ball carrier. So overall, it was just the recipe for a pretty bad defensive experience.
7:52. I want to bring this up right quick. The 2026-2027 college basketball season will open this year with a marathon event featuring 16 mid-major programs.
Wow.
The Field of 68 is reviving a tip-off event that is similar to the one that ESPN ran about 9 years ago before it ended in 2017. The Field of 68 has 8 games scheduled for November the 2nd, beginning with High Point and Liberty at 12:01 a.m. Eastern Time.
Ew.
That's the first day that you can play college basketball, so they're going to hold this thing on the first day that you can play college basketball. Well, the first game is going to tip off officially at 12:01 a.m. Eastern Time. How would you... Hi, guys. We're going to open the season, but our first game is at midnight.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to feature High Point against Liberty. They're going to be playing in Rock Hill, South Carolina, and Sioux Falls, South Dakota. So High Point is going to play Liberty at 12 o'clock midnight. Grambling is going to play Northern Illinois at 3 a.m. The 6 o'clock a.m. game will have Appalachian State against Merrimack, and the 9 a.m. game will have Windruff against Queens.
Sounds incredibly stupid.
Yeah, those games are all in Rock Hill, South Carolina. Couple of games in Sioux Falls. Murray State will play Tennessee State at 11:30. Texas El Paso against Northern Kentucky at 2. And then back to Rock Hill for a 5:30 game between Alabama, Birmingham, and McNeese State, and Furman against Bethune-Cookman at 8 p.m. at Rock Hill. So that's the way we're going to tip off the college basketball season this year with this little event. The Field of 68 is what they're calling it.
Do they not want TV ratings? Because having a game at 3 o'clock in the morning is a really good way to not get TV ratings.
Hi, we're going to open the season 3 a.m.
Jesus.
Grambling in Northern Illinois. So anyway, 7:55, waking up with Mike and Tyson here this morning. This is a Huddle Up on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning news break on Extreme Sports.
The University of Nebraska is seeking an additional $91 million in taxpayer funding for the upcoming budget cycle. University President Jeffrey Gold said years of cuts have reached a point where further reductions could hurt teaching, research, and the university's ability to support Nebraska's workforce. The request comes as the state faces an estimated $850 million budget shortfall. Get your popcorn. A popular Grand Island restaurant has made its comeback. Sin City Grill reopened on Monday at its railside location at 410 West 3rd under new ownership. The restaurant underwent a complete interior renovation with new seating and flooring. Despite the ownership change, the original burger and drink menu has remained the same. And yesterday, Steeple Brewing Company in Hastings announced they are looking for a new owner or operator. Owners say they've had some early interest and are optimistic. In the meantime, plans for the brewery will be leaning into the craft beer bar model with Steeple house beers alongside local and Nebraska craft beers that you can't easily find in Hastings. It is 7:56. We'll head back over to the East Side Studios. Mike, what's going on in sports?
Well, sports today brought to you by Bamboo Mind and Body Spa of Hastings and Blue Hill. From recovery to relaxation, Bamboo Mind and Body Spa is Central Nebraska's best place to get to feeling good again. Nebraska defensive back Donovan Jones has been named to the watch list for the Warfel Trophy, given each year to the player that has led through community service while excelling in the classroom and on the field. Jones totaled 59 tackles as a redshirt freshman last year. Off the field, he's a volunteer for the Food Bank of Lincoln, Matt Talbot Kitchen, the Malone Center, the F Street Community Center, and with the Omaha and Lincoln Public Schools. For his efforts, he received the Sam Foltz 27 Hero Leadership Award earlier this year. The Warfel Trophy will be presented during the Home Depot College Football Awards Show on December the 11th. The Nebraska women's soccer team will open the season tonight at Louisville. Game time will be at 6:30. Hastings College is picked by the league's coaches to finish 6th this year in the Great Plains Athletic Conference. The Broncos finished 5-5 last year. Morningside is picked to win the championship this year. Mustangs reached the NAIA Football Championship Series a year ago and earned a top 12 national seed. Dordt is second in the preseason poll, followed by Northwestern, Concordia, and Midland. 5 student athletes and a former coach will be inducted into the Nebraska Kearney Athletic Hall of Fame during ceremonies on homecoming weekend, October 2nd and 3rd. The class includes baseball player Bronson Bosshammer, kicker Hendrik Jewel Nielsen, swimmer Johara Salinas, volleyball player Nikki Scott, wrestler Jeff Sylvester, and cross-country and track and field coach Lyle Clausen. And they're still playing Legion baseball. Lincoln East Carpetland will play Fairfield of California tomorrow in the first round of the American Legion World Series in Shelby, North Carolina. First pitch will be at noon. That's a check in your sports headlines at 7:58 on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning weather update on Extreme Sports with Chief Meteorologist Tim Jones.
On this Wednesday morning, we'll keep a few showers around the area, but those will diminish throughout the afternoon. We'll have a high of 93 degrees. And then tonight, we'll bring in more chances for area showers and thunderstorms. There is a slight risk, 2 out of 5 on the threat scale in place. Main threats will be winds up to about 65 miles per hour and large hail of about 1 inch to 1.25 inches. The best chances will be in the northern part of Nebraska. 85 on Thursday, more chances for storms Thursday night, and 86 on Friday.
As you wake up, get going, winds are pretty calm. They're out of the east at about 3 to 4 miles per hour. It's cloudy, and it's 73 in Hastings at Extreme Sports.
Accessible and affordable holistic care is just around the corner at Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center. Located at 208 South Burlington Avenue, Suite 101 in Hastings. At Bamboo Spa, we offer a range of therapies to help you unwind and recharge. Experience soothing massages, rejuvenating head spa scalp treatments, and our Advanced Glow 2 facials. Discover the healing power of ozone therapy and frequency healing. Become a member for exclusive 24-hour access to our therapeutic amenities, including the infrared sauna, hydro massage, and cryo lounge. Members enjoy 20% off all services and 10% off products in our non-toxic retail shop. Visit our Facebook page to learn more and book your appointment today. Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center, truly holistic care, designed for you.
Connet Auto Care is the trusted name in automotive repair and maintenance services in Hastings. We're a gold-certified Napa Auto Care Center. Our ASE-certified technicians have the Blue Seal of Excellence, receive continuous training, and are committed to providing the best service your vehicle can get. Whether it's preventative maintenance, major repairs, or just an oil change, Connet Auto Care is here for you.
Get ready, race fans. Cam Raceway is teaming up with Extreme Sports for an electrifying season of high-speed, dirt-slinging, adrenaline-pumping action. Every race night, we're bringing you live video coverage straight from the track, so you won't miss a single lap, pass, or photo finish. From non-wing warriors to cage karts, flat karts, and the A-class wing beasts, we've got it all. There's nothing like the roar of the engines, the smell of burning rubber, and the rush of dirt flying action right in front of you. So get to the track and experience it live. But if you can't make it, don't sweat. Extreme Sports has you covered. Buckle up, because this season is going to be fast, fierce, and unforgettable. Make sure you like and follow Extreme Sports on Facebook to get all the latest updates, and we will see you at the track.
All right, Mike Will, Tyson and Veronica huddle up on Extreme Sports. Major League Baseball last night. Chicago beating Washington 8-6. St. Louis, your Cards, winners over Philadelphia last night 2-0.
Got pitching last night, finally.
Dodgers got by Kansas City by the score of 5-4. So those are just some of the games from Major League Baseball last night.
Blake Snell back for the Dodgers last night after coming off the injured list. 7 strikeouts. Mookie Betts, go-ahead home run late in the game. Dodgers pick up the victory. Fernando Tatis in the Padres, he's starting to heat up. He's hotter than fish grease right now, so if you're looking to get in on some baseball storylines, Padres starting to warm up the NL wild card race a little bit. American League wild card race, it's tight. It'll be fun to watch, I think, September. And as specifically the American League wild card race with Seattle in there, some of the teams from the Central, Minnesota, Cleveland. You got the New York Yankees in there. East is going to be fun. Or the wild card race is going to be fun in the American League.
All right, so Major League Baseball heading down the home stretch here. Is it down the home stretch where we're still in August?
I think we're in between second and third right now.
Are we? All right.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Anyway,
Once September hits, that's round and third.
Down the home stretch.
Round and third, headed for home.
Anyway, if you'd like to listen to the show again, you can. If you missed the portions of the show, we had Rob Arick, the defensive coordinator for the Huskers, with his comments yesterday. Listen to those things again. If you'd like to download the podcast from the social media sites, listen to it at your convenience throughout the day today. Make plans to be here tomorrow, 7 o'clock, for Huddle Up here on Extreme Sports. Have yourself a great day.
You've been listening to Huddle Up on Extreme Sports, Central Nebraska's new home for sports. Join us every weekday morning from 7 until 8 on Extreme Sports.
Let me go back to my first conversation with him when he was at James Madison. They just made the move from FCS to FBS. He loses a second-team All-American quarterback. They return a guy that had 7 pass attempts